At this point of my life, at least, what I feel about Tefilah is that it's a practice, which means that there's a discipline, there's something specific I want to grow in, and I have practices, i.e. repetitive forms that I go back to through which I improve my ability in the particular goal that I am working on. The way I understand practice, or the way I work with practice, is there's a particular goal I'm trying to achieve, and if I have certain practices that serve that, then the fact that those practices are repetitive also gives me a way to measure what it is that I'm doing and how far I have improved on this particular thing that I'm trying to do. And the thing I'm doing is not the goal in itself. That's only a skill. Like any Aikido master will tell you, the goal of Aikido is not to be able to throw somebody on the mat. And there are no competitions in Aikido, actually, and it's something you can only do. It says, we practice on the mat so that you change the way you live. So the measure, Aikido on the mat is a practice. You do the same forms and you see how much better you're getting at them, but the real measure for that is, how did you walk down the street when you walked out of the dojo that day? How did you interact with your wife, with your husband, with the person that was trying to sell you something? And I feel that way about Tefilah as well, which is to say that Tefilah and the Siddur, any Siddur that anybody is using, right? The Siddur is a form, like a kata in judo, or like Siddur is a form, and you can use this form as a spiritual practice. Now, to do that, and 90% of the times when I'm asked to come and teach about Tefilah, I end up just asking one question, and that one question is lemarbe hatzar, right? And to my surprise, still sometimes isn't in itself a big deal. I just ask people, what is your goal? That is, and I work with people, sometimes over weeks and in some cases over months, with just like being able to answer that question. What do I want to achieve from prayer? I think if Tefilah is going to be a spiritual practice, you need, one, to have answered that question. You need to have a form in which relates to that, and you need to understand how the form you have is actually serving the particular goal that you've set. For me, the challenge that's driving my spiritual life is, what does it mean to live nochach pnei Adonai? What does it mean to shivti b'veit Adonai kol yemei chayai? What does it mean to live with an awareness of the presence of God? But that's what drives me. That's what I want to do in my life. That is, I want to live more I want the awareness of God and the closeness of God to be a more regular presence in my life, and in some fantasy world, a constant presence in my life. But my reality is extremely far from that. And my reality is that if God is code word for the most expansive awareness or the most expansive mindset I have, in which I can really live the world, the life of the universe and the planet, everything I am, then my reality is usually different levels of blinders on my eyes. And for me, my spiritual practice is moving the blinders a little bit, trying to open them a little more.